my university, I didn't do well at school. And it was devastating to me because it was around that time that I was starting to struggle with suicidal ideation because for me, the only thing that was of worth was the fact that I was intelligent, and that seemed not to be the case anymore. You need to have people around you who be like, something is off. You need people who will be like, no, Yele, something is wrong, and we need to address it.
So this is where the spirit of discernment comes in as well, in learning how to lean on God and saying, God, should I step in?
Exactly. Should I
knowing
go? Should
when,
I not go?
Exactly. Knowing when to step in and when to retreat.
Yeah. The ABC for 2026 is audacity, boldness, and courage.
There we go.
Yeah, I love fried rice.
Can you imagine? I really want on top fried rice.
You guys go wide. Yeah, go wide. Yeah.
I am the originator of the song, so I dictate how it's meant to be sung.
That's very monotone.
Adeyele, when are you coming?
Let's not speak to that Italian.
Really?
Oh, why labor don't be money?
Are you serious?
Yes.
Welcome to my story. It's my time. I Have the Floor podcast starts now.
All right, guys, we're back and let's get into the meat of things, as my friend has been saying this morning. So people always assume that the girl who is quiet is fine. She's confident. She's fine, which is actually like, well, not that you're not confident, but you know what I'm trying to say. So what does masking look like? In your case, what was masking looking like? And I say this because I want parents, mothers, fathers to be able to, friends, community to be able to say, something is happening here, so they can help.
So for me, there was a point at that time when I was still struggling, especially when I was like a teenager, stroke young adult. The only thing that I thought was of worth in me was the fact that I was intelligent. Right? And so, because I didn't think I was pretty enough, I'd like my whole like self-esteem, body image, it was under the floor, which was non-existent. So the only thing, and this was probably when I was like, so it was like maybe 21, 22, right? So my university, I didn't do well at school. And it was devastating to me because it was around that time that I was starting to struggle with suicidal ideation because for me, the only thing that was of worth was the fact that I was intelligent, and that seemed not to be the case anymore. So I think sometimes what masking looks like is making the sum total of your worth or yourself one thing. So you hold on to it with such a tight grip that once that is taken away, you don't know who you are anymore. Your identity is completely tied to that one thing. So that's what masking looked like to me, because the fact that this seemed to be working meant that I didn't need to really go and unpack all those things about myself that I thought were of no or of low worth, right? So for me, it looked like just this one thing that's working. Let's see how we can. And then once that is taken away, you have to. It was very painful in the moment, but it was from that place that God kind of took me on a journey of, we need to really unravel who you really are so that you can see the worth across the entirety of your being. Yeah.
I think I'm trying to answer the question that I've just asked in my head, because there are people who might be like me who are quote unquote extroverts. So people think it's easier to mask everything that we're going through. And I can't answer that. Who am I outside of? Like how would anybody be able to spot that this person is
something is not okay?
Yeah.
It takes, for someone like that and for someone like you, the most important thing is the people you surround yourself with. Because you need to be able to, there's one thing I say, and I say that I have this conversation with my husband. If I cannot trust you to tell me the truth, what are we doing? There's no point. Don't waste your, like, and we talk about this conversation in context of our friendships, the people that we're in relationship with, you know, not colleagues, the close friends,
Close
right?
friends.
If I have to question the veracity of what you're saying, there's no point
There's
to
no
this. And of course, people are different, but I think more so for people who kind of look like everything is all right and everything is funky dory, right? You need to have people around you who be like, something is
Things
off.
off.
And the knee jerk reaction is to dismiss it or to run away from it. You need people who will be like, no, Yele, something is wrong and we need to address it.
Because this makes me think that I need to readdress some of my friendships.
Don't we all?
Yes, but when you just said that, I'm like, how many of my friends actually like, and I know everybody's lives are busy, so I cannot
Yeah.
place that responsibility on them.
Can I give you a different view?
Please.
Okay. So I recently completed Dr. Esther Longe's Unicorn Incubator. And one of the exercises that we did in that training was something called a safety circle mapping. And you have to put relationships in different buckets.
Yeah.
One thing I have learned this year is sometimes we try and, oh, this person's my friend, this person's my friend, this person's my friend. There are some,
all purpose
it's not
friends.
everybody, yeah.
Yeah.
So it's not everybody that can see you that way. That doesn't mean they shouldn't be your friend. It just means that
Okay.
you need to recognize what lane and what role they play in your life. So there are some people that we don't see eye to eye when it comes to God and Jesus and spirituality. It doesn't mean I cannot be your friend. It's just
Yes.
that when the rubber hits the road, I cannot call you because you cannot help. We don't have the same values. in
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
But that we should not be friends, I don't think, or we should not be in relationship
Relationship.
actually, because I think friend is it's an innocuous word, but it's a heavy word.
Exactly.
We
I was
don't
about to say.
define it well. So I think it just helps you to define who the Bible says a friend sticks closer than a brother. You kind of have to know what exactly a friend is. But we are in relationship. This is someone that I'm associated with, this is someone I know. That's different. So also because it's not everybody that's supposed to pour into you.
Okay.
There's some people that are supposed to pour into.
Yeah. And I find myself doing more of that. And I know that it's because God just told me that's my kind of person.
Yeah.
That I should not be surprised if I'm always the one constantly pouring. Because
I would encourage you to check that though. Where is it coming from? Yeah, I would encourage you to check that. What is motivating the and I say this because I have been there and in many ways I'm still there. Is it because I want you to think I'm a good person?
No.
Is it because I am worried about something that I think you're doing and I want to kind of like make sure that you know? Do you get what I'm saying?
Yes.
Is it because sometimes, right, also, you know, when I don't know if this happened to you when you were growing up and your mommy keeps saying the same thing excuse me, over and over and over again, and after a while you don't want to discuss that thing with her. You kind of want to give room for people to come back and be like, that thing you said. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If you keep harping on that same thing over and over again, the room you create, because what they're expecting to hear from you is I told you so. The room you create for them to be able to come back and have a conversation where they feel like they are seen by you but not judged by you.
Oh. I don't think people, I think maybe I just lean more into my motherly, that part of me is a huge part of me. So I'm the kind of person that, and I've been warned about this even by God, that don't carry somebody else's problem
You
and
can't,
make it
because you
yours.
become assistant to the spirit.
Right. This is the thing.
Yeah.
Right. So I lean into that aspect
Yeah.
of me, even when it's not solicited.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's like Captain Saver. You
Yeah,
just want to be there.
yeah.
Okay, how can I help?
Yeah.
How can I, assist you? What can I do? So it's a gift, but where is the line for me?
I think what I have learned in that is when I got to the point where I realized that sometimes, do you remember this? Did you watch this movie, Remember the Titans, Denzel Washington?
Oh, watch out.
Okay, so there's a scene so for context, this movie about this African American football coach.
Yes.
Denzel Washington played this guy. It's a Disney movie. He comes in, he has to integrate this team of black and white football players, and it's when deep racist in the US.
Yeah.
There was a white coach that was supposed to be the coach that Denzel Washington actually came to take his place. And so there was a bit of tension between them in the beginning. But Denzel noticed that the white coach tended to coddle the the African American players. So he would maybe when he felt like Denzel was being too hard on them, he would call him out. He would maybe your dad, you want parents and you don't come and say don't mind them.
Bad cop, yeah.
There was a scene in the movie where Denzel tells him, "You're cutting them off at the knees." So you think that you're saving them. Meanwhile, God is trying to strengthen and build them. So the development that he needs them to go through, you're saving them from it. You're not being kind.
I get it.
So when you actually see that leaving them to figure it out is actually the kind thing to do, that kind of gives you, that kind of gives you the freedom or the comfort to know that this thing that I'm doing is actually the loving thing to do.
But I also think that, so this is where the spirit of discernment comes in as well, in learning how to lean on God and saying, God, should I step in now?
Should I go? Should I not go?
Exactly. Knowing when to step in and when to retreat. You know, that, like you said, so that you don't distort their growth or development. So that makes a lot of sense, actually. Goodness gracious. Okay. Because I find that with my personality, right, I'm still trying to answer this question. How do I mask and how can somebody help someone like me?
I think your relationship with Faye is very instrumental.
I know.
Because Faye is she strikes me as the kind of person that will call you out right quick.
Faye doesn't call me out the way you would.
Shots fired. Please, how do I call you out?
Because you are very, it's on the wall, right? But on the other hand, Faye can it'll be just one day when she's probably just had enough and then she'll just, or you are like, I'm not, what's this? I'm not accepting this straight on the nose, right? So I think you probably both do the same thing, but in different ways. Which is very interesting. Yeah.
Okay.
Ah, gosh. So we already know the answer to this question. How did God, I like this one. How did God begin to untangle your identity from people pleasing or performance? What was that process? What did it look like?
I can actually answer that question. It was 2023. I had gone to, so things with my mom had started to deteriorate. And I had gone to the US in November of 2023 to take care of her. I was away for initially what was actually supposed to be a 2-month stint, right? Became a 9-month journey of unraveling and untangling and fighting and anger and all of that. So
Just
2 months I was away, and I would wake up in the morning and go for this walk, and I would pray and I would come back, and I was away from, there's something about being outside of your natural and normal environment that gives you a different vantage point. So I was doing that for 2 months, and I can't explain it, but there was something in the rigor of getting up every day in a different environment, going to pray, coming back, making sure that she was okay. But if we had hospital appointments, you do those hospital appointments, having to wrestle with the potential of where is this going, right? Which is why, again, I said that we don't really like to think about death, but there is something very clarifying about having to see someone you love go through that process, right? And then starting to question so I would see, maybe we would have certain conversations, and from those conversations I would have certain questions, and from those questions I would think. So I kind of used the lens of her own life's journey to start to unravel my own. Now, in that time, I was reading this book called The Myth of Normal by Dr. Gabor Mate. And in that book, he talks about, it's a long read, but it's probably one of the most seminal reads of my life. He talks about trauma, childhood trauma, the experience of a child. There's a lot, because he's a doctor, he's a medical doctor. So, and he's quite old, so he's gone through the gamut of those experiences for people. So it was just like a confluence of all of these things happening at the same time. Me reading a book about someone talking about diseases of idiopathic origin. What that means is that nobody knows where they came from. It talks about things like PCOS,
Yeah.
talks about thyroid disease,
Yeah.
and then how these down the line become cancer.
Yeah.
I was diagnosed with PCOS at 17. I was diagnosed with thyroid disease at in 2020, beginning of 2024, and I was watching my mother handle cancer. So it became a thing of Adobe. You literally have to figure out how you're going to live the rest of your life. And if you read that book, the book talks about how there's these studies done that see the relationship between people who are overly, essentially people pleasers,
Yeah.
and how they recover from surgery, and how like women who are too nice. It's a good book to read. Women who are too nice, who satisfy others at the expense of themselves, how there is a correlation between them and autoimmune disease, a relationship between them and diseases of idiopathic origin, and there are studies to show that there is a relationship between them and them getting cancer.
Stop.
I'm not joking. So when people who knew me then and know me now, I can
Right.
see that there is a marked difference
Yeah.
in how I show up in the world.
Yeah.
It's because I'm very clear.
Clear.
I have children to raise. I
Right.
have a husband to grow
Right.
old with. I am not going to.
History is not going to repeat
I am
itself.
not negotiating with you for
Right.
my life.
Right.
If you don't like it, quite frankly, you are free to jump in the river. Quite frankly, because I am very clear. So going through all of that, it was such a huge wake up call for me because my mother gave of herself. She was the person that, for the sake of peace, let's be quiet.
Right.
Let's do what we need to do so
Right.
that everybody gets along. Oh, it doesn't look good. Oh, what would they say? They are free to say what they want.
And for
Even
lack
this
of it, to
even this
kill
last
you.
weekend, I got a text message from somebody, and so it was an older person, and I was looking at this message. I showed my husband. I was like, "Babe, see, if I do not have Jesus, let's just
Be a
say,
troublemaker.
yeah,
I know.
If I do not have Jesus." I looked at it and I was like, because the Lord, we've walked on a journey long enough for me to know that I cannot really do what I really want to do. But I know that I need to do something. And so I sent a very polite,
Right.
clear
Yes.
message to address the issue. And I left it. And that was the end of the conversation. And if that happens next time, we're gonna have a conversation. Because I'm not doing this with
Because
anybody.
you know what is at stake.
I know. Yeah, I have seen it. So
You've seen it play
I
out.
have seen it. So this is not like, please don't get me wrong, it's not easy. There are some of these people that still look. Sometimes I think about the great memories we had.
Yes.
And it makes me sad that we're not in a relationship anymore. And I'm not going to
sorry.
do anything different. Both things can be true at the same time. So it's not as if you're going to be like, yeah, it's done. Yeah, I don't need you. Yeah, I'm happy, man. No, please don't get it twisted. He will pay you. But it's okay because you know why you're doing
Because you're
it.
playing the long game.
You are playing the long game. I need to see my children get married. I need to see them have
And you
their
will.
children.
And
I need to see all those things that me and Mr. Onanuga need to be hanging out when we're 85. Present and active and sharp. I want to go back. There are things I want to do. I want to go back to school. So I'm
I'm not
not
even surprised to hear that. I'm actually not.
literally, I'm thinking very seriously about going back to school. So I'm not.
There's somebody that comes to mind, and I do not have for lack of a better word, I don't have the guts to say this person, who this person is.
Yeah.
But this person appears to be a bull.
What's it? Boo?
A bull, strong,
Okay.
full of strong, powerful. But because they are being this people pleasing, and that people pleasing, from what I'm thinking about, is showing up in different ways.
Yeah.
It's killing them.
Yes.
And it's interesting that you've brought up this. I want to read this book.
Yeah.
Like I said, I'm
Please
not really
do.
a reader, but I
Please
want
do.
to read it. The connection between things that are intangible,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
this people pleasing
Yeah,
thing,
yeah.
and your physical
Yes.
health.
Yes.
Because what does the devil want to do? The three key things that
Steal,
he keeps
kill,
saying:
and
steal, kill,
destroy.
and destroy. So we
Jump
keep
in.
forgetting that there are different agendas and the
There
way
are,
he does
yes.
that, right? So what is he doing when he's trying to cut your life? It
Yeah.
is to kill destinies,
Yeah.
trauma, all these
100%.
different things.
1,000%. And
All
do you know
these
what?
things.
To me, the best tool he uses, culture.
Uh,
It is the most effective, the most powerful,
yes.
the most deadly,
Yes.
toxic tool
Yes.
that he uses to keep people in bondage,
Yes.
to keep people
I
tied
must look
down.
after my
Yes, yes.
Why didn't you write a will? Why didn't you
Yes,
work hard?
yes.
Of course, I know not all figures
Yes,
are equal.
yes.
And I had this conversation with this culture thing. I had this conversation with my cousin, and he said, "Adeyele, I'm sick and tired. When it comes to looking after family, we should be pushing funds forward for our children, for our grandchildren, for our great-grand. Not the one that every parent is saying, my jẹun ọmọ. Yes, I'm going to enjoy the fruit of... Yes, enjoying the fruit of your labor should be that you are seeing your children in thriving marriages, doing well. Write your will. Put things in
Please,
place.
isn't there a Bible verse that says stuff about people who do not leave an inheritance for their children?
Okay, now.
Is there
Okay.
not? Is there
There
not?
is.
Isn't there?
Or there is a Bible verse that
See,
says you should
yeah,
leave a good inheritance for your children.
don't get me started on this.
This
one,
topic,
because
don't worry, we'll come
it's
back
too
and
on the
address
nose.
It's true.
It is too on the nose for
People
me.
expect money is not supposed to be going sideways. Funds and resources are not supposed. They're supposed to be going forward.
See, no is a complete sentence. One thing I've learned: no, you cannot beat me. And I've learned how to say it very politely. I'm like, I really wish that.
I really wish.
I really do. It depends on the person. If I like you, auntie, I really wish I could. But this if I be like, I am not available for that.
Somebody can blackmail me.
Will you be? And that is why you have your thing that you are doing. Be independent. Have your thing that because that if you don't, you cannot call their bluff. When you see, there's a level of respect you get. There's a way they will talk to somebody that they know is depending on them for livelihood.
Yes.
There's a way they will talk to somebody that they know that you have to. There's a way you say, my friend, will you? I'm like, but Dobby, you know that. There's a difference. Have your own. I say so.
I said this earlier. See, God wants us to honor Him with our good works.
Yes.
Everybody, please. My what do you call it? My own good works is meant to be for charity, propagation of the gospel. My children, my grandchildren, my greats. I'm not sending it. Take care of yourselves. Do what is right at the right time, and don't kill yourselves. We're going to have this conversation about that. Nobody can tell. I cannot wait because I know that some people are going to be upset.
And they are free to be upset.
Cry. Go and
It's
cry
okay
in the corner.
it's okay for us to have a difference of opinion. It's okay. We don't have to agree.
You are coming back.
Yeah.
This particular one, I'm ready. And I know the person I'm going to bring to join us.
Okay.
Just to round up, because obviously we're on a time crunch, but he'll be back soon. What do you think that girls like us needed most but didn't always get? Affirmation, safety, confidence. And what can we do to help them?
So I'll answer the last question first. Be what you didn't have. And that's what this book is for me. Which is, I am very passionate about women.
How do you?
I am very, so there's a lady, and the person I was talking about, I've been working with for probably the last 2.5 months. She's very young. I am very excited by her. She's hungry and she's ambitious and she's unapologetic about it and she's focused. So when I started my career, I got on this program, this graduate training program, and I think about 1,000 people applied and only 5 of us got into the program. I was the only female. It was not a good thing. Of course, it's not good.
Yeah, represented, yeah.
Even as I rose kind of throughout my career, lots of the time I was more often than not the youngest or the only female in the room. But I see that things are changing.
Yeah.
I see that women are coming into their own more and more. They're taking up space.
Yeah.
They're clear about who they are.
Yeah.
They're unapologetic about what they want.
Mm.
And I know on one hand, the discourse where men is concerned is kind of changing. You know, men are struggling from what I heard. There's this guy called Scott Galloway. I listen to a lot of what he says. And I'm not saying that that isn't a problem. I think that there is a way where we can come and both meet in the middle, but that's a conversation for another day. I am very excited about what is happening for women and to women. I'm excited about the way the conversation is changing, how, you know, people are having honest conversations about what is marriage, what does it look like, what is the role of a husband, what is the role of a wife, how do we divorce this from gender roles, what is God's opinion on what that looks like, right? And so, and again, you know, we've touched that. Let's not go there. So all this to say, I am very excited about what I see with the women around me, the women that are coming up. It's inspiring to me and it's encouraging to me.
So
And
for our daughters,
exactly, because I have 2 girls, and so when I see the kind of world, even just the way when I'm having conversations with fathers of girls. Oh my gosh, Yeli, it makes me so happy. Because you're hearing them say things like, I have to show up, I need to pick my daughter from school, we need to do school runs, or I went to my daughter's class and her teacher said that. And I know when I was in school, the number of daddies I used to call, it was not that plenty. I have a friend whose father came to our secondary school twice, the first year and the last year. That was the end. So, all this say, if we go back to the question, you know, what I want for them, I am starting to see. It's just more so, how do we get that message to more people? And then, what do I wish I had? I wish I had more safe space, a safe space. And for that, for me, I want to be what I didn't have in many ways. And so, that's how I would answer that question.
Juicy. So good. All right, guys. We've been in the meat of things, so we're just gonna have a little break right now, and we'll be back soon. Hi guys, welcome back. So yeah, let's get to it, please. This question I love actually. So there are a lot of women who are afraid to step into what God. Why are you laughing at me?
They're calling me,
It's
come for
what-
me from the, don't come for me from the corner, come for me directly.
They are afraid
Yeah.
to step into what God is calling them to do because maybe they feel small or they don't feel qualified. Hello. Or they don't feel enough. So I want you to speak to that girl directly and tell her, what would you have told yourself? What do you want to tell her?
Oh, my love, you need to understand that all the things that have happened to you that have made you believe that you cannot do this or that you are not good enough, they are all by design. Satan is very strategic. He will attack you in the places where he needs to incapacitate you so that you do not think that you are capable of doing the very things that God has called you to do. And so the fact that this is something that is calling to you is indicative of the truth that there is something for you there. And so I'm not going to tell you to fix yourself before you try or to get yourself sorted, because I find that if you look through the heroes of the Bible, God starts with them where they are.
Yes.
So that's the first thing I would tell you. The second thing I would tell you is the fact that you're scared is something I find very encouraging. It's good. Because whenever you find yourself called to something that is bigger than you, more often than not, that is a God dream.
Yeah.
And so the fact that you're scared by this thing is encouraging. Just try. Just try. Look, the ABC for 2026 is audacity, boldness, and courage.
There you go.
You have to lean into those areas of yourself where you have convinced yourself that you're not good enough, where you have partnered with the enemy to see yourself as less than who you really are. It's not going to be easy. Breaking out of strongholds and having to do away with with established patterns is going to be painful.
Yes.
But if there's anything I can tell you about my own life's journey and my own life story, as I've spoken about in the book, there is reward
Yes.
for daring to try. There is reward for daring to trust God. There is reward for daring to go into those places of pain, of trauma, of heartache, and starting to unravel and going on that journey of healing. Because there are people that are waiting for you. There are people you are called to. And every day you decide to just play small, the devil wins. And someone who you are the answer to their prayer, they continue to lose. So all this to say, it's hard. It seems bigger than you. Try. The worst thing that can happen, because I'm not going to lie to you and tell you that it may work out. It may not work out. But think about you on your deathbed. Would you rather have the comfort of at least I tried, or the pain of regret of what if I had? That's what I would say.
Sure. God have mercy. I think that when I think about even my own journey and with everything that you've said, or the journey that I'm on, putting all of this together, right, requires a lot of effort. You have to try. And earlier we were talking about numbers. We want to make sure that where is the fruit from all of this? But guess what? Sometimes the fruit might be intangible.
Sometimes you may never know.
You may never know.
You may never know. And you have to be okay with that.
Because
it cannot be about obedience, has to be enough.
Yes. And that's scary.
Yes.
Because we live in a world where we are validated by 5,000 new followers. Wow. 10,000. Like, at what point, where do we get to where these things don't matter? And even I am still working on that, because you feel like, I've put so much effort in all of this. I want to still be fulfilled. We all do. And by His grace, we will. And I think about my journey, like having the this way, I love this word audacity.
It's a very audacious word.
Like, think of Yele. Think of, now I'm talking to you, my journey. Is it club? Is it men? Is it drugs? What am I thinking? Actually, let's put caveat there. I just take powder. Before people come and think that there are things, it's just our friend Mary Jane. If you know, you know. But what was it that I didn't get myself involved in? And I knew that I don't know what was it. I say I don't know. Of course, it was the Holy Spirit that was pushing me to I have the flow. And the fear of, people say, you? You? No. Of all people, party animal on the table in Las Vegas.
So as you were saying that, right, there is this clip on Instagram. This pastor was preaching. I don't know if you know the story about I forget the kind of Christians that they were. I think it's Coptic Christians in Egypt. Okay. There was this picture of these Christians that were beheaded by Islamic jihadists. And you have the picture of the men who were about to be beheaded. They were wearing like orange jumpsuits. They were kneeling down. And then you have the picture of the people who were about to kill them, standing behind them. And I think everyone was wearing black except one of them, who seems to be the ringleader. He was in like militia wear. And the pastor said that Paul changed from being the head of the people that was going to kill him to becoming the person that was about to be killed. And so when we tend to judge people, or when we tend to judge ourselves, and when there was something about that picture that he painted that was visceral. It was deep, and it was true. And so whenever it came to my mind when we were talking about who do you think you are, if Paul can, I can too.
You see, this is why it's so important to just meditate and spend time with God's word and see not the similarities, but how you can learn from certain experiences, because I ask myself this every day.
Mm.
How dare you?
Mm.
This
But
auda-
again,
how
it's
you have the audacity? Who are you to talk
yeah,
about
yeah,
these
yeah.
things?
If Paul can, I can.
But that's Paul.
Mhm.
It's Paul. Like,
Mhm.
how? And then I think sometimes you allow your past to put you in a
Yeah.
chokehold. So how does one now get past that? Because there are some people that still see me
Yeah.
in that way.
Yeah.
Fine, they will catch up.
Yeah.
Some have just been
And
like,
perhaps you're not, they're not, maybe you're not called to them. Sometimes you kind of need to learn. I have learned how, there are some people that I'm not for. So people who are, there is a place for people who are very like, traditional,
Yes.
very subservient. That's not me. Even the way I show up in my life, like you will already be kind of put off by me. And that's okay. God will send the person that's for you. It's just that it's not me.
yeah.
But if I focus so much on how someone like you may not necessarily gel with someone like me, it's a distraction from the people that I'm called to.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if they have a problem with it, we're happy for you. God is
God will
kind
send
enough
their
to
own.
send somebody to you that will meet you.
So this is basically for anybody who thinks that they don't have the effrontery. Nigeria, I like say effrontery.
You have to have audacity.
You have audacity.
to. See it, honestly, because it has been on loudspeaker. If you don't have audacity for 2026, just sleep and ask God to wake you up December 31st, 2026. Don't waste your time.
Wow.
2026 is not for you.
Wow.
It's not.
Funny enough, this is a confirmation. I've heard this at least on 2 different forums.
Yeah.
Separately.
It's not for you. Like, you have to,
Take it and
literally,
run.
you have to be like, steadily, who do you think you are? When you hear that thing in the back of your head, you be like, okay, yes, so I'm on the right track.
Yes.
When you just hear it, in fact, let that part of your mind that keeps saying, who do you think you are? When you keep hearing it, you be like, oh, great,
Yes.
so I'm doing the right thing.
Yes.
Like,
Yes.
you have, people who make a difference, do you know what it means to wake up one day to say to yourself, oh yes, like I'm going to build the world's biggest market? Like, nobody that ever did anything mind-blowing did it within a conference call of people who agreed and said this thing I'm saying makes sense.
Yes.
Nobody.
Yes.
Not a single one. And I don't know what it is about us Christians or Christianity feeling like we have to get 5 and 20 validations
before.
from people, or we have to hear God say, yes, if you do it, it's going to be successful. Who?
Because I struggle with that sometimes.
My sister, we have as I'm talking with this kind of thing, I know I will go home
Are you
and they'll be like, Adobe, this thing, are you sure? This book you say you want to launch, the printer will send you bill, your body will just be scratching, be like, where is this money going to come from? Then God will tell you that's money, remove it, unearth it, go and use it, like, but where? See, guys, just you have to have audacity in 2026. You have to have audacity.
Because I was having a conversation with someone, actually 2 people, and maybe that was God trying to show me something.
Yeah.
In that I was talking about some plans, like what I want to do.
Yeah.
And for me, it's like you need to be careful who you tell your plans, and you need to be careful who you listen to, right? Because in this conversation that I was having, I was excited to hear their feedback, like, to give the validation again, right? But if I didn't have, again, I was talking about this in a previous podcast, and where my validation has to come from, where I'm leaning on, which is God. If I was not on this journey with God, this probably wouldn't be
100%.
no question. Because
1000%.
it was like, oh wow, you want to become a this, a that? Is that what you want? I didn't get that excitement. Like, hey, yes, Yele, yes, you can do it. And I just thought to myself, how sad, number one. And then number two, I said to myself, Yele, some people do not have the capacity for your dreams, and they don't need to be part of your conversations. God will give me the discernment to know who I can be sharing such things with. You need to be very careful.
So the thing is, I had to understand, and we need to understand that whether you like it or not, people have decided for you what you're supposed to do with your life,
Ayo.
right? So when you are not playing according to that script, you are the problem.
Yes. Yes.
And you need to be okay being the problem. Right? So when you now start telling those kinds of people ideas that you are having, that you are still, and it's vulnerable. Because you yourself are still trying to convince yourself that you even have like audacity.
Exactly.
Like, how dare you? You're still trying to have that debate with yourself. And what you're looking for is someone to say, oh my gosh, that's amazing. You should do that.
Oh, crap.
More often than not, you're not going to get that. Michael Todd once said, we walk by faith. We don't walk by feedback. So all the people that we celebrate in the Bible, imagine how Abraham's father felt when he said, I'm leaving. We all know how David's brothers felt, or brother felt when, he was going to do great things. We know how Joseph's brothers felt about him. So we have enough precedents, according to the good book, as to what tends to happen when great people go against the grain to be great. And so again, when you start getting those, I've learned how to not really talk about things that I'm thinking about or ideas I have. I probably talk about it with 2-3 people, and that's it. Right? So there's a few, maybe I'll call people who understand, again, because you need to have very similar values to understand really what is going on. So even the ideas I have now, the things that I want to do, that quite frankly, I'm like, Adobe, that is ridiculous. Right? And I'm like, yes, that's so exciting that it's ridiculous. Because that probably means that we need to lean into this area of ridiculousness. So you see, the easiest time to kill a dream is when it's still a dream.
Exactly.
That's the easiest time.
Yeah, nah. I won't be telling them anything anymore.
Don't, please.
That's
they
for
will
sure.
find out in the
They'll find out on
HD.
YouTube.
In the HD.
Exactly. So I think you already answered this question, actually. Yeah. It was about going back to secondary school.
Yeah.
In those formative years. So just that period. And what was it that girls like us needed, but we didn't always get?
We had that conversation. Safe spaces. Just safe spaces where you could just be...
You need to be affirmed.
Yes, to be affirmed, seen, validated, heard, safe, where you don't need to hide, or you don't need to like edit yourself, where you can just come and be, and not be afraid that someone is going to point out something you didn't do or something that you did. Yeah.
Okay. That's it's not easy, but...
It's not easy, but it's simple.
And what practical ways can parents actually do this to build confidence? I think...
Be present.
Being present. I think
everything starts from there.
Yeah.
Be present when your child is there. And please, I say this, it's not like I have not yet attained. Please, not a person says I have not yet. I have, please. I am still learning this work. But I find the relationship that you want to have with your children when they're older, you build this when they're younger.
Yeah.
So you can't come and start saying, oh, you are not close to me, you don't care about me.
My dear.
When she was 8 and 9 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2, and it's not, by the time you hit like 8, 9, I'm sorry, it's already kind of too late.
Yeah.
So you have to be present to the extent that you can, know what is going on in their lives. Be a safe space where they can come and ask you questions.
Yes.
Like, they don't have to be afraid of, oh, if mommy hears me say this. Be the person that they find out things from before they find out from the world.
I'm not going to lie, that scares me.
Yeah.
Because I know the conversations that I was having with my friends.
Yeah.
At certain periods of my life.
Yep.
If my mother or my father here, done.
Yeah.
So I want to be a space where my children can come, and I'm probably doing this.
Yeah.
But then I'm like, just be telling me so that I know how to guide
and navigate. And so you become the person, you demystify things that we just mystify. Like, remember how parents made sex out to be this whole like, to this day, I cannot watch a scene where the man and the woman are kissing with my father. I start saying, oh, daddy, that's carpet that you said that we should clean, and this. No.
Me, I don't even, I can't.
Like
In
I
my
can't.
big, with my big age, I cannot.
Yeah, I cannot do it.
I can't.
So like imagine like having to find out about things that you should find out from your mommy and daddy from the world. Right? It's not
Worst.
it's the worst
Absolute
test because
worst.
there is a way they present it to you
Yeah,
that is not healthy.
exactly. And especially in this climate, and we want it to always be aligned with God's
Exactly.
word. And for me, I cannot vouch for you. So
Exactly.
let me go and
Exactly.
consult the Holy Spirit and then tell you what I
1000%.
know.
Exactly.
That's
Yeah.
what I'm comfortable with.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, as usual, this is not your last time here.
See, I mean, anytime
I've
you call
told
me
you.
back, I'll be here.
Uh,
Anytime.
There are certain people in your life where they don't have a choice.
Yeah.
And
The
you are
problem
one
is
of
you know
them.
where I live.
Exactly. You don't have a choice.
Yeah.
You are part of my inner caucus.
Yeah.
As I like to call you guys. And you know how the Bible does, well, not the Bible, but people just say, oh, you surround yourself with people that are better than you.
Yeah.
This is one of them. People that are intellectuals, just good, well-rounded people. And I'm so happy to have you in my community. You are one of the people that I bounce ideas off of when we pray, when we talk, when things are happening. You're just one of those people that can you tell me, say the truth. You are family as well. And I cannot wait for the next year, for the next few years of our lives. I can't wait to see what will happen.
Yeah.
And I'm just saying this because I know that we will look back on this video and be like,
Do you remember
Do you
when?
remember?
Yeah.
so I can't wait for that. And I can't wait for this book to blow up.
Yeah.
My sister has been saying, I stop saying blow up, explode.
Okay.
I can't wait for this to explode. I cannot wait to shout it out from the
Thank you
rooftops.
so much.
I can't wait for I told you I'm excited about healing.
Yeah.
Who gets, well,
Yeah.
you should be getting excited about healing,
Yeah.
but
But it's hard work.
it's hard
Yeah.
work, right? But I'm
It can be
excited for
daunting,
it
yeah.
because I'm excited for the ripple effect. What it will do to my children,
Yeah.
my husband, my marriage,
Yeah.
all areas of my life. I cannot wait.
Yeah.
So yeah, where can we find you?
Okay, so
Where can
well,
we buy this? Where can we support you?
so the book launches on February 15th, which is my birthday, so I'm very excited. And it's available for buying in Nigeria. It's available on Seller. You can get the link on my website, www.adaonanuga.com.
Yeah.
And it's also available on Amazon for people who are ordering outside of Nigeria. And yeah, so my social media handles are Ada Onanuga. I'm on Instagram, I'm on TikTok, I'm on Facebook, also on LinkedIn. And so yeah, you can always reach out to me. Very, very thank you for having me here. This has been so much fun. So much fun.
You know, there's some honorary seats that just put there, and it's for you. But yeah, I can't wait. I can't wait. I am anxious. I can't wait. I can't wait for you to hear the feedback. And of course, the glory goes to God.
Yeah.
Let the blessing drop on you.
I'm very excited. So we're launching at
excited.
Civic Center on the 15th
Choi.
of February. So we're very, very, very excited.
Please, anybody that follows us on I Have the Floor,
Yeah.
go and support. These
Thank
are things
you.
that we should be supporting. If
Thank
they call
you.
another name that I don't want to name, people will rush there. The one that does not glorify God, people are ready to run there and be shaking, open breast, open everywhere. But the thing that is going to glorify God, that is going to have a good ripple effect for your children, your grandchildren, everybody, go and support. So God bless you. And God has told me, before I sign off every single time, my guy is coming soon. I say my guy, sorry, but he's coming very soon. If you've not given your life to Christ, I've said it many times, send me an email, send me a message, go to my DMs. I'm not a pastor, I'm not all these things, but I can direct you to places, right, that can help you. Lean into your community. Give your life to Christ. You will thank yourself for it in years to come. Thank you very much. And as always, I have the floor. Bye.